lifestyle. Sports cards and we live now. Jeremy Lee in the building and every guest that you ever needed. Sports cards after hours keep the hobby heated. Updates, hobby talk like you never seen it. Sports cards live and none could ever beat it. Sports cards is a lifestyle. Sports cards and we live now. Welcome to another episode of Sports Cards Live with your host, Jeremy Lee.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Fanatics Collect Weekly Hockey Auction Ending Watch Party. My name is Jeremy Lee. It is December the 8th, 2024. We're in for another great show, a great auction tonight on the Fanatics Collect platform. Let's bring out Josh Madigan of the Gong Show. Loving the hat today, Josh. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing well. Happy to be back. I echo your sentiment. It's a really good auction tonight. So excited to talk about some of these cards and interact with the chat.
Yeah, me too. I look at this show as, we're talking about cards. We're covering the Fanatics auction, but it's hockey card talk. We want to talk about a lot of things, not just these cards. Some things we might not talk about. I don't know what, but that can happen. But we're happy to talk about pretty much anything hockey card related. And it's a great auction. There are some cards that I'd like to buy. I think there's some cards you'd probably like to buy. There's some cards that there's some cards that are amazing. There's some cards that have some issues. So we're gonna definitely get into them. But let's say hello, Kevin Hawthorne in Lakeland, Florida. Welcome to the show, Kevin. We do have in the chat, we have the Fanatics Collect, the Sports Cards Live affiliate link. So if you are bidding on anything tonight, please do click that link and bid that way. That would be great. If you're watching on Instagram right now, come on over to YouTube. The much better bidding and watching and viewing experience. Louie in the house. Can't wait for Josh. Oh, you got this guy wrapped around your finger. Hey, Josh.
No, he's had me all day. So I think we're good at the break. I love you too, Lou.
You're right. Enough. You guys spent a lot of time together. Professor, good evening. Sundin 564, good evening. Hello, Louie. Good to see you, buddy. Linda's First is back. What's going on? Mike Double V, what's up? What's up? Laura, good evening yet again. Lantern in the house. Jason Ernst, hello. 2 cent hockey cards. Sundin, love the top 5 PC cards on the podcast. I did watch the episode as well. Always fun. And you never really know what to expect with people's top 5, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that segment myself. Yeah. Well, let's look at some cards. Dave Archbell, also in the house. What's going on, Dave? Welcome to the show. Guys, we are going to jump right in, and we're going to start with some vintage. And a nice row of 3 right across the top, all Hall of Fame rookies. All vintage, 51 Parkers, Gordie Howe. Very, very, very big and important card in our hobby. We have the 53 Gump Worsley rookie card as well. Love this card. That's a card I really, I'll give you a bit of a sneak preview. I really like this card in the grade for tonight. We have an Yvonne Cornwallier, 65 tops, rookie, PSA 8. Those are let's see what else. Let's take a sneak preview. Let's get a bit ahead of ourselves here. We have a 67 tops Phil Esposito. That's it. That is his 3rd year card. On the other side, we have a 68 O-Pee-Chee Bobby Orr, also a 3rd year card. And in the middle, the Bernie Parent O-Pee-Chee rookie card and a PSA 6. One of the toughest Hall of Fame rookies to find centered in the whole hobby space. We'll stop there. We'll start with these 3. Mark Del Rossi, good evening. Welcome to the show. Todd, welcome to the show. Good to see you guys. So, Josh, let's start with, let's do this. Let's have a look at the image. Okay, something's happening with Fanatics with me lately. I can't right-click without it.
It automatically opens it when you right-click now.
Yeah. Oh, and then I can open the image. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's new. That's new this week. So here's the PSA 6 Gordie Howe rookie card. His one and only true rookie card. And, right away we do notice the centering is off to the right. Okay, still well within a PSA 6 grade. Great color. I like that we can see all the text at the bottom very clearly. You've got, minor corner issues. You do have a fisheye right there on his shoulder. Not bad. This black mark is present on many of these copies, so that doesn't bother me. I'm not sure what this is right here, this white spot right beside the 66, and I should change my mouse so it's easier to see, guys, but for now, I'm not sure what that is. It's a nice copy. It's an older slab, and but what I've done is I brought up Card Ladder so we can see what these things have sold for. This is at $15,500 right now, plus buyer's premium of 20%, so another $3,000 or so, about 18.5, 18.6 at the moment. And this card has been selling, this year alone, we've seen 3 PSA 6s sell for $19,000, $21,000, and $19,200. So we could actually go in and take a look at these cards and just see how they look compared. That's ugly. That's ugly. Like that color is, I don't know, something is wrong with that. I don't like it. I'm kind of being mean when I say it's ugly, but I don't like that one. And that one sold for $19,000. This one here, that's awkward as well. Something's off with that one. I don't know what the problem is there, but that one sold for $21,300. And then this guy down here, also something's off with these 6s, guys. I don't know what it is, but look at these prices. And then you have the one on Fanatics tonight right here, easily far and away nicer than those other 3. Josh, do you concur? I mean, I kind of obvious. You must concur with that, no?
Yeah, the only thing I could say is, I don't know, like sometimes you can play with the brightness and contrast of photos or what maybe manipulation or has done with those. But yeah, the colors look odd, especially on the ComC one there. And I don't think ComC is going to win any photography awards anytime soon, if you're familiar with their card photos anyways. But yeah, that looks, I would not spend $21,000 based on that photo.
No, this one, yeah, maybe it's the settings. I don't know, but why would you put that out there like that anyway? The centering's very nice on this copy. This one here, worse centering than the one we're looking at tonight. Yeah. And really, again, I don't know if it's the settings, but very fade, a lot of fading there. And this one, you can't even see like the details on his face. They've just sort of disappeared. They're not really there. You've got an issue here. So it does have okay saying, lots of toning around the outside, which doesn't typically bother me, but this does bother me, even though it's well centered. Now, again, we might not be seeing it properly, like Josh said, but this is really nice. Outside of the centering, I'd say this is a very nice card, and probably the best of those 3. So I like that one the most. Let's go to this 53 Parkhurst Gump Worsley now, and I'm just going to shut down some of these windows so we don't get lost in everything. Let's look at the Gump. Oh, we're going to go through this process again. Yes, we are. Okay. Now, this one, really nice centering, great image. Corners and edges are good. Corners do have a little bit of they've got some issues, but I think that's, what you kind of expect on a 5. And I don't know. I think it just, the centering itself is very, very strong. The borders look really, really white. Now, right? Like what is that? Is that a fresh out of the pack card that hasn't seen the light of day? Maybe. There are concerns out there, and I'm not saying this, but I think it just is what it is nowadays. Guy, like this card could have been bleached, it could have been soaked, you just don't know. We just don't know that. And I'm not saying it was or wasn't. I'm just saying that it's got a fresh, bright white border. I like that. I like the border a lot in terms of the card looks very clean. I personally prefer a more toned border, but for a 5, this thing looks pretty darn good. If you are not concerned about the originality of the border. Looking at the back though, and we kind of should, because the back looks very natural to me. And that said, it makes me think that the front must also be natural, because I don't know that you can only treat one side of a card. Now, I've never ever done anything to a card that would change its color, so I don't know how these processes work. And I haven't watched enough of the Kurt's Card Care videos to see how they work, so I'm just not sure. But if this is a If this is an untouched card, it's very nice for a 5, I would have to say. Josh, any thoughts on all of that?
Yeah, well, like you said, who knows? It does have really high eye appeal. The one thing I think of with how white the card is if for you it makes it feel less authentic, right? Because some of that toning, as we've talked before, gives the card. It's an old card. You want it to feel old and look old a little bit too, while still being in good technical condition that we like to see as a collector. So I think it's a personal preference thing in this card.
Yeah, fair. I mean, and the back makes me think. And again, I'm a novice at this. The back, like I'm a novice is giving myself too much credit. The fact that the back looks natural and the front looks, very, very bright white makes me think that it might be a natural front, because I don't know how you soak a card or bleach a card or whatever it is they do without impacting the back and making it lighter. I just don't know that. So, if you're just going to take it for a authentic PSA 5 in this holder, it's a really nice looking copy. If you like it, as you said, personal choice. We also have a PSA 8 Yvonne Cornwallis rookie card, 65 tops. Let's take a peek at it. Okay. I'm really nice. I was saying really nice, and then I looked at his face. But really nice edges and corners. Centering is also, it's fine. It's very nice. It's not perfect by any means. It's low and to the right. But then I saw his face and I realized it's blurry. It's out of registration. You can just easily see all this blue ink across the top here of his shoulder, over his ear, over his head. You probably see nothing up there.
Look at his eyeballs, Jeremy.
Well, yeah, his eyeballs are 3-dimensional there. Like, I want my 3D glasses, right? Yeah. So this card, if image and registration are not important to you, but you want a nice looking card with sharp corners, beautiful edges, strong centering, this might be for you. Personally, I don't like my cards out of focus, so this would not be eligible for my personal collection, unfortunately. Josh, any further comments on that?
Well, I know it's an old slab, and you might know this is the history of how PSA evolved their grading on vintage cards better than me, but it kind of, if you just look at this card as your only evidence, you'd almost have to conclude that they paid zero attention to registration when it comes to the grade. There's no way that card in my mind could be an 8 with that degree of, his eyeballs are separated. That's creepy. It's like a 4 based on that.
Yeah. Well, so registration, as you know, is only one criteria. The edges, the corners, the centering, despite off, is very good, even for an 8. So I think those are also, and then the surface condition itself might be flawless. No indents, no scratches, no print defect. The color is strong, even though it's off register. I think that those are, like, this card with better registration, Josh, might be a 9. That might be the other thing. However, I'm completely with you. I don't think that PSA nor the hobby in general gives enough credence to the focus of the image, or as much as I do, and I think several collectors that I
understand what you're saying about it being just one thing, but like corners are just one thing. If one of the corners was missing, it wouldn't be an 8. It's like that's some of the worst registration I've seen, especially again, you get close up, it's really bad.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna argue with you. Not at all. Before we go to the next row, let's get to some more comments here. Julian and Abdul from the Currency Project. Good evening, Kinger. Good to see ya. So yeah, I think Linda's first is talking about the better how. I also said to Josh before we went live, I love that hat very much. That Gump looks almost like a modern day reprint. Yeah, kind of. It's that white for sure. Mike says the white border was the first thing I noticed on the Gump rookie. Seems odd compared to the others from that set. Yeah. Hey, Jeff McMahon, good to see you. So, Tom says it looks bleached white. Yeah, but I mean, how does the back look so good then, or look so natural? Sundin says the Cornway looks good from far away, just like me. Johnny at Mint Inc. What about that Crosby Future Watch Auto 9? We're going to talk about that, Johnny. Give us I want to talk about that. And we also are going to talk about the Cup Gold. And heads up, I don't encourage people to buy that card, but let's keep on going here. So Johnny, stay away from that Cup Gold. Phil Esposito, 67 tops. As I mentioned, third year card, PSA 8. Oh, that's freaking me out, that automatic window open. Nice copy. Really nice copy. Not perfect, but good centering. I don't think I'm sensing any real tilt at all. I mean, the top, it's a little bit wider on the left, the top border, than it is on the right, but the side borders look to be uniform to me. Maybe the slightest of slightness. The color is great. Edges and corners, again, from here, look pretty good. Not bang on perfect. A little bit of PD, which is print defect right here. Not too bad. There is some registration issues. You can see a glow coming off the top of the yellow jersey here, and even the eyes are a little bit off as well. And you're seeing some of that over there too. You see the glow coming off the top of the yellow box right there. Overall, though, this is still a nice copy. More recent grade. Got the lighthouse slab here. I like this. I like this 67 tops Phil Esposito. And then let's have a look at the 68 Perrant. Again, always off-centered. And as you can tell, this one is. But what you want to do with this card is you have to just kind of accept that you're gonna buy a copy of this off-centered. It just goes without saying. So then what you want to make sure is that you don't also have tilt, because this card is notoriously tilted. The image is tilted on the cardboard canvas. And in this case, while there is slight tilt clockwise, it's minimal. It's minimal for the issue. So 6 is a great grade for this card. That's basically like, a 7 for any other card from the 60s sort of thing. I even maybe an 8 for this card. So I'm a fan of it. I like this copy. This copy would be welcome in my personal collection. And then we have the third year Bobby Orr, another great card, suffers from the same issues as the Perrant, but this one, side to side centering is very good. Corners and edges look pretty nice. Not perfect. The bottom right corner has a slight issue going on there, whereas the bottom left is completely square and sharp. It has some PD right up here. You see that right in that area. That like looks like a drop of water almost, shouldn't be there. And of course, it's off center top to bottom. But again, a really tough card. It's a strong 3, I would say, from what I'm seeing here. Josh, your thoughts on these cards, starting with the Espo?
Yeah, until you examine the registration, I think the Espo is pretty nice again. And if you're just you've turned me into a registration snob. That's the problem. So
I'm proud of that. I'm honestly proud that I've done that to you. Let's move on then to the Cornway. Oh, we did the Cornway. Never mind.
That one. The Perrant. Perrant is to me, this is like one of the fascinating oddities of the hobby, is when you learn just how tough it is to find this card in a good condition. I think, at a card show, right? And this is a good note for everyone. If you walk by and you see this card in a PSA 6, how many hobbyists would know to stop and dead in their tracks and be like, holy crap, this is a really good copy of this card, right? And so I appreciate learning the intricacies of the hobby and the unique stories on cards like the Bernie Perrant rookie. So cool copy.
Yeah, very nice. And then the Orr, to which Dave Marone says it looks trimmed. And that I don't know. I mean, there is, like, if you look up at the top left here, it kind of seems to, like, the top border it goes along, and then it's sort of right around this area here above the Bruins logo, kind of takes a dip downwards. You see that? Can you see that? Kind of dips down. I don't know what that is. That could just be a poor cut. Not sure. What were your thoughts, Josh?
Yeah, even the left edge as it goes to the upper right corner, kind of at the last very little bit sort of seems like maybe the corner was sharpened up a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, again, these are what 60-year-old cards, and I don't think they were using medical grade measurements and cutters on this stuff. So it might have just been the way the card was cut too.
Yeah, could be. Johnny wants the Future Watch. Maybe thinks it might be cheap. Louis not going to bid him up. The Perrant is a beauty, says Mike. Beautiful copy, says Tom. Linda cut. I don't. Diamond cut and tilt are two totally different things to me. Very quickly, I'll explain. To me, a diamond cut is where the card itself is not a perfect rectangle. It's more of a parallelogram. It's, you do not have 4 perfect 90-degree angles. To me, that is diamond cut. More that the card is in the shape of a diamond versus a rectangle.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas tilt is where the card is perfect rectangle, 4 90-degree angles, 90-degree angle corners, but the image is on a tilt. Those are two different things. Now, I refer to one as diamond cut and the other as tilt. People seem to use them interchangeably, or they just don't understand that there might be a difference. So but that's how I talk about it, Linda. So if you're at Linda's first, so if you ever mention it on the show here, I'll understand what you're saying. Elise says, a couple of years ago, I realized the H in the Whalers logo. Love that logo even more. Yes. Okay. So let's keep on rolling here, Josh. We've talked about this and this. Lots of windows now with this new Fanatics feature. Okay. Here's a Jean Beliveau 68 OPG PSA 8. Let's just take a look. Nice Hall of Fame, card. Nice centering for the issue. Good looking card. It's not, it's late in his career, 15th year card sort of thing. $165 on that. Had to look at the 1971 OPG Serge Savard PSA 9. I think this would be his 3rd year card. I believe his rookie is 69. So this would be his 3rd year, but Josh got to interview Serge at the expo. So I thought, hey, we gotta let Josh say a few words about Serge Savard and this card. And it's nice. It's off center. It's high on centering, like vertically. It's off center. It's off center, top to bottom. It's off to the right, side to side. Other than that, from what I can see on a quick review, very nice copy. Josh, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a cool copy. One of my favorite sets. The thing that stood out to me the most, and I haven't told anyone this yet, but as we were walking off the stage and down the little metal staircase that they had there to the showroom floor, Jeremy, I noticed his hands and feet were enormous. Almost like you would expect with a basketball player. And it must have been, I wonder what size skates he wore when he was playing. And that had to have really stood out. Because hockey's not really known for that. Like I said, a basketball player has a size 20 shoe. Nobody cares because they all do. And his feet were huge.
It's funny. On the back of hockey cards, you'll see a player's, birth date. You'll see their age. You'll see their weight. What they don't give us is their shoe size. Not yet anyway. All right. We have a Bob Gainey rookie card PSA 8. The 1974 OPG set might be the most underrated set in all of the 70s. Because it has so many awesome rookie cards, and the Bob Gainey is one of them. And just look at this card, you guys. Just look at this. Look at that guy. Look at that mug. Look at the stash. Look at the hair. It's a color match. The hair to the red border and the hockey stick. This is a perfect 1970s hockey card. It is a PSA 8, and it is what it is. It's not perfectly centered. It does have some slight tilt, but there you go. You can pick yourself up a nice 74 Bob Gainey rookie card here tonight. Also from that set is the Steve Shutt rookie card in a PSA 8 tonight, being offered on Fanatics. Off-centered. Yeah, this one is worse in terms of the centering. It's really off to the left, but it's still a PSA 8. That top left corner has something funky going on. It might just kind of curve in a little bit there. Not the end of the world. A decent copy, I would say. Decent, but not above average for an 8 on this card. Josh, any thoughts on the Gainey and the Shutt?
The Gainey card, does that not look like a mugshot from Dazed and Confused, right?
Yeah, well said. Yeah, that does. Well said, man. Yeah. Okay. And there's the shot was look at that hairdo. I mean, you know, he was a lady killer back in the day for sure. Oh, I like this comment by 2 Cent Hockey Cards. Never seen a guy sneaking on to his own hockey card.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. Oh, I have both of those, both yours and 2 Cent's observations there were pretty funny. Pretty funny. PSA 8, Mark Messier, O-Pee-Chee rookie. Let's just take a look at this one. More recent slab, rough cut on, you know, pretty much all sides, really heavy, the heaviest on the right, off center to the left, top to bottom's better, but it's a little bit low, I would say. Color is good. Color's good. Not my favorite 8. So far, you know, outside of that Gordie Howe, not really that crazy about these vintage cards on the auction tonight, but not bad. Josh, any thoughts on the Messier?
Share your same opinion.
Yeah. And then we have, okay, now we're going to fast forward from 1980 to 1990. We're going to skip ahead 10 years. Not going to dive into this, but we do have a Yager, O-Pee-Chee Premier, PSA 10 rookie. It's at $115. And, you know, we saw these things up in over $500 during the bull run of the pandemic. We have a black diamond Ovechkin rookie and a BGS 9 holder. I want to see the subs on that. So it's a true mint with 1+ on centering as a 9.5. Great card that looks a lot better in hand than on a two-dimensional image. And then we've got the Future Watch Auto Sidney Crosby, which we need to take a good close look at. And yeah, so this card suffers the same fate that the Cup rookie does, that is also available here, right over here. We may as well look at these both together, Josh. Let's put them beside each other. Here we go. So let's start with the Future Watch. It's a PSA 9. It's sitting right now at $2,800 plus $560, which is $3,360. Now, if we want to see what these have sold for, $4,000, $4,575, $4,000, $4,220. But in the last, this one's a year old. This is over a year old. In the last 2 months, $4,000, $4,500, and $4,000. So you'd expect this one to go for about $4,000. However, and Johnny A, watch your trigger finger right now. This one is inferior to all those. Look at that auto. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Personally, I wouldn't touch it. So now, unless you don't care, we're at $2,900 right now, plus another, you know, we're almost at $3,500 on this card. And this card sells for $4,000. Is a $400 discount, enough of a discount to talk you into buying this card with this terrible autograph. I'm not pulling any punches here, guys. Terrible. I hate it. I'm sorry to say. And if you're the consigner, I'm sorry. I don't like this card at all. I like the card. I don't like the auto. I like the serial number 188 of 999 is pretty cool. I do not like the autograph whatsoever on this card. I cannot condone this card. So Johnny from Mint Inc., if you're thinking about buying this card, you are not going to get my blessing on it. Josh, do you want to jump in, or do you want to look at the Cup card first?
No, what I'll say about this card is this is the most important auto card in hockey. So it's the card that most importantly needs a good auto.
It needs a good auto, and it's not like it's not like there's 10 of them. Where a faded auto you can get your head around because I need the card. There's only 10. There's 999 of these out there. And it's graded a 9. If this was auto graded, I don't think it would qualify for an auto grade because I don't know the exact rules. I don't think PSA awards an auto grade to anything that would grade under a 9 auto anymore, or an 8 maybe it is. So this to me is like this auto as it sits right now is, you know, it's not even gradable. It's, what is it? I'd call it a 3. Like I just don't like it at all. Okay, now let's take a look at the Cup card, because this card has the same issue, and it might even be a bit worse. So here it is. It's a BGS 8.5. Let's see if we can look at it bigger. I'm going to close that. We're going to close that. We're going to close that. Close that. I wanted to see here. Okay, so here it is. BGS 8.5. Is the autograph graded? It is not. Probably, the submitter knew not to get it graded because it wouldn't do well. So let's look at the card. It's a 8.5, 8 corners, 9 centering edges and surface. But we're just going to focus in on the autograph because that's really the thing. The patch is great. This is a beautiful 2-color patch. You couldn't really do much better on the Cup Sid rookies. But this auto is worse than the one on the SPA. It's even more faded. It's like, first of all, the ink has been baked. I'm going to start referring to it as being baked on this card as well. When the autograph starts to get kind of darker in places and lighter in others, to me, it's like the ink was baked. And Tom is right. It was likely displayed in an office or somewhere in a showcase at a card shop, even under the sun for years. And the ink got baked. Okay. Now, look at that. Like, I wouldn't want to own this card. Man, I'm going to temper things a little bit here, guys, but like, I don't know. Josh, can you, I don't want to, I beat this up enough already.
Well, in a weird way, I'll be hypocritical. I don't disagree. The auto is not good. I still think it's more egregious on the Future Watch auto because the purpose of intent of a Future Watch auto is the autograph, where at least you have the patch, you have the parallel of the cup. If it doesn't bother you, I could see buying this card, but I would want it for a 30% discount over what like you would expect a clean auto card to sell for, maybe 40%.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's important. Right now it's at $10,000 and this card sells, a BGS 8.5 sold in July. It's the same card. It's the same card on the same platform. Yeah, it's the same card. Sold for $12,600 in July. Right now, it's sitting at $12,000. Yeah. Okay, so there's that. But look at this: $16,200 in June for what is it's nicer, but it's not that much. Like the card has a 3-color patch, but the auto is also starting to fade. Here's one did $10,650. Also a terrible. Like what these autographs are all just fading. This one here, there's a nicer one. Look at that, nice and bright and blue. Sure, the card grade's a 6.5, but I'd rather have this at the same money than any of the ones we've just looked at. Is that the same card? Yeah, same card. Here's one. Autograph is starting to get baked. It's been sitting out. People like to display their cards. So anyway, if you're just checking right now, this is comping with what it sold for last time, the same card. But if this was a beautiful autograph, I mean, to me, it's worth double. I say this is worth about half of what it would be worth if it had a strong auto.
Well, one more comment I'll make on that is, as a guy that looks at lots of sales comps, a huge red flag to me is any BGS slab with an auto that doesn't have an auto grade, because 95% of them have auto grades. And normally when there's no auto grade, there's usually something going on with the auto.
Yeah. And I mean, in this, fair. In this case, we don't need an auto grade to tell us that these autos are not right. And then, someone also asked the question. Currency wants to know, I'm guessing it would I'm led to believe it was graded before the auto faded. No auto grade leaves it. Was the card graded before the auto faded or after? I mean, first of all, I think this is an older Beckett slab with 2 zeros and a 1. I'm not sure. I don't understand that as well as I do PSA, but it doesn't really, at this point. Luckily, there is no auto. If there was an auto grade, I would be beating this. I'd be beating up Beckett, autograph grading, and the card, not just this card. So, yeah. And hey, listen, I wish I could come on here and tell you guys I love these cards. I wish I could tell you guys to bid on them, and I would bless that. I would that would be something that I would be happy for you about. But if you're buying these cards, these 2 Crosbys, I'm not going to be happy for you. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to be. And I have to tell you that. But what I do like, even though I'm not a huge fan of printing plates, this is a rookie year. Alex Ovechkin Cup printing plate. And that's pretty cool. It's a 1-of-1. This is which card is this actually from? This is Black Diamond. That's pretty cool. This is the Black Diamond printing plate, the magenta plate, and it's a 1-of-1 from the rookie year. That's pretty cool. You know, I consider printing plates to somewhat be oddballs, but this one's pretty cool. It's a rookie year Ovechkin 1-of-1 from the Cup. So
the card's cool right next to it, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, too bad I had to turn it over to see what it was. I could have just looked to the left and matched them up. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Linda, I have the Sid Future Watch Auto, paid $200 for it 20 years ago. There you go. Enjoy. That's an amazing card. You've done very well. Yeah, Tom, I agree. Displayed in an office, windows open or whatever, sun hitting them, some sort of light, really, for sure. It is a 20-year-old, not like it's new, but hey, we've been 20 years ago, we were taking cards and protecting them right out. This isn't the 80s or the 70s, right? We were still really taking care of our cards 20 years ago. Tom says BGS auto grades can also be on the back. Yeah, I know that, Tom. I've been doing this for a while, thanks. But no, that one was not on the back. We checked. Says some flips are messed up and done that way, not always in the small right window. Yeah, but that one wasn't there.
It doesn't have the auto grade.
Yeah, you're telling me to flip it. Tom, I've been doing this a long time. I know where to look for auto grades, but I appreciate you trying to help me out. Yeah, I hear you. That Thorson, what's going on? Timepiece Esquire. What sucks about the Crosby Cup card with the faded auto is that it's going to turn into a comp, and if people don't carefully scrutinize why that card sold so low, then it will lower the entire market. Hey, listen, I don't really feel bad about that. To me, that is a-okay because you need to do your research now. When you're spending that kind of money, you need to watch shows like this. You need to know what to look for. Yeah, it's going to be a comp, but it's not segregated to this card alone. It's an issue throughout the hobby. And if you're in the hobby buying these kind of cards, you have to look at what the comps are. That doesn't just go for autographs. That goes for any graded card, really, especially as you go lower down the grading pyramid as the range of conditions widens as you go down from 10s to 1s. So it's a good point what Timepiece is saying, but we're there now, guys. You got to be there. And if you're watching the show, I got to assume you are. All right, Josh. 06 Black Diamond Ruby Ovechkin out of 100. So this is the second year Ovechkin parallel of a base card, the Ruby out of 100 and a PSA 9. Actually, these are pretty cool. I have a thing for second-year cards. Just call me crazy. Just one of those things. PSA 9 on this, $94. It's an early Ovechkin. Ruby's out of 100 in a PSA 9. Fine grade, fine holder for this card. A measly $94. I don't know. This one I'm somewhat of an advocate for. I like the card. Josh, how about you?
Yeah, I think this is a great option for someone that wants to participate in the OV goals chase and doesn't have 5 figures to play with. If you just want a cheap card that's a cool card as well, this is a good option. Yeah. And then we have a 2010 Cup limited logos sitting at 12 and a quarter. I really like this card. I remember when this Cup came out and these limited logos were, people loved the design this year. Absolutely loved them. I do too. Might be my second favorite design behind the 2012s. Really nice design here. Great looking card. Let's have a look at the auto. Auto's very nice, basically perfect. Card is raw, certified authentic, great patch. Nice 3-color patch, tons of breaks. Really cool card right there for 12 and a quarter. Josh, you want to say something about that before we come down a row? Awesome card, amazing patch. Yeah. Guy Lafleur, National Treasures Flawless Diamond Gem, numbered out of 5. These cards actually have a little lab-created diamond right there. Only 5 made. There is a 1-of-1 parallel as well, which has a bit of a bigger diamond in it, actually, than the ones out of 5. I don't know if you guys all knew that, but they do. But this is cool. It's an insert with a nice little bell and whistle, or a diamond. I guess you could just get straight to the point. Call it the diamond. There's people that were working on this set. I remember back in the day, I sold a couple to one of the guys, and I know that he told me he had competition, so he wanted to get it before anyone else would. So pretty cool right there.
Josh, before we get into some of these other ones, what do you think of the diamond card?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's different, right? Because it's not Upper Deck. So, from that small window where Topps company was producing hockey cards, and Panini as well.
Yeah. We have a 2014 Jambalaya Sidney Crosby. Now, I like Jambalaya designs for the most part. This is probably the one I like the least ever of any design. Just sort of these darker colors. I don't know. It just doesn't. The design doesn't work for me. I don't even really love the die cut shape of it. Now, I do own this card. I do have a copy of this card. Maybe because sometimes when I think a card like this type of card, when I think it's kind of ugly, I kind of don't mind having it. And this is a case. So I do have a copy of this. And I pretty much have all the original, like pre-2020 Crosby Jambalaya. So I wasn't going to just, exclude this one. That wouldn't be very kind of me towards the card or Crosby's Jambalaya. So I do have one of these. And then we have a 2014 David Pastrnak Cup RPA at a 249 with a beautiful, beautiful shoulder patch here. I believe the autograph, let's have a look at this because the autograph looks fantastic. Autograph grade's a 10. The card grade's a 9, but you get a bonus 0.5 on centering for 9.5. Autograph's perfect. Patch is wonderful. Really nice card here. If you're looking for a Pastrnak Cup RPA, this could be the one for you right here tonight. Sitting at $1,075 right now. I really like that card. Josh, thoughts on the Crosby Jamba and the Pastrnak?
Yeah, the Crosby Jambalaya is not my favorite design either, but I don't mind it. I have the Pavel Datsyuk for this year, so I do have one as well. And then, yeah, that pasta is a very, very nice Cup RP. I think it's one of the nicer cards in the auction. The patch is very nice as well. The auto, I think, looks great on it from what we saw. And, it's a tough rookie auto to find.
Yeah,
not a lot of options for Pastrnak.
No, this was a redemption, so I don't know how many got redeemed and where the other ones are. There's probably still sitting at Upper Deck at this point, I would have to think. Okay, we also have, Josh, it's up to 2,700, the beret. We both were, can I say it? We were both interested in this card. We're both priced out. This is basically up to $5,000 Canadian once you get it shipped out and delivered and you pay your duties and everything. With buyer's premium and all, it might even be over that by now. Beautiful card though. This might actually be like among the best beret cards you can buy as far as an auto patch goes. Because it's an exquisite, which to me is like right up there with Cup, basically same level as Cup, and as far as the brand goes, you've got an amazing patch. It literally has there is white over here. White 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 breaks, 4 colors. Just an amazing card. This is an amazing card, you guys. A strong grade of a 9. I love it. I would love to buy it. I'm priced out right now. Only 10 copies produced. Autograph is pretty perfect. Patch is amazing. Card is gorgeous. Can't go wrong with that card if you can afford it. Josh, thoughts? Depression?
Yeah, it sucks. I'm really happy from whomever gets this card. Like we were talking about earlier, there's not a ton of like really high-end, super nice Pavel Bure cards. I bet you that there's a few, I would guess, limited logos that based on the patch you would probably want over this card, but this has to be up there with one of the better cards you can get for him too. So I agree with you there.
Yeah, for sure. And then from the same year, we have a Connor McDavid exquisite RPA out of 50, and this is a great card as well. 4,200 right now. You got a nice Oiler chest logo patch right there. Nice autograph, 50 copies produced. BGS 9 with a 10 auto, just a really nice copy. Like what would make it better? A little bit of orange, but I don't remember seeing much orange on these cards on this particular exquisite McDavid RPA. And then we have a trilogy Draisaitl rookie premier autograph out of 49 with the Go Oilers inscription there. $180 right now, BGS 9. And, his cards likely sell at a discount simply because he's overshadowed by McDavid. Like if McDavid wasn't there, I could see his card selling for a lot more. But he is there and they don't sell for a lot more. So it is what it is. But you can grab this BGS 9 Trilogy Draisaitl tonight here for $180 plus buyer's premium. Okay. Well, we still have 15 minutes left in the first half hour, all access extended bidding. Josh, let's just kind of scroll back up and see if anything has changed much since we were running by them. We're up to 10.5 now on the Crosby Gold RPA. I think we were 10,000 before. We are up to 3,000 here on this one, which is now 3,600. So we have had bids on this despite what we've been saying. So not everybody watches this show. You have an advantage, I think, if you watch this show. And what else? Nothing really new there or here. All good over here. I do like this Esposito. I do like that Esposito. And the Gordie Howe's up to 15.5. I think that's where it was. So we're pretty good. Nothing crazy going on with the Cornway or the Gump. So let's stop there. Josh, let's go over to the second page of the auction. Oh, look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. All right. We'll close it off. It hurts. I mean, we were talking before we went live. I was like, I said, "Are you bidding on something today?" He goes, "I really like the Burr." I go, "Me too, man." Like it was at it was at $800, I think, when we went live. Now it's at $2,700. I said, man, I maybe I'll bid up to like $1,100. You know, that would empty my Fanatics account right now with the buyer's premium. And then I think I go, Josh, who are we kidding? It's gonna go for over $2,500, and here we are, well in excess of that already. Before we jump into this page, let's go to comments. Larry says, love the Fanatics added the sales history to the auctions. Helps me from opening a bunch of searches when time is ticking down. Yeah, Larry, that's a great point right there. Linda says, second year cards are cool because they are a player's first cards to have the normal base card look, as rookie cards usually are designed different than the base cards in the set. Yeah, maybe that's what I like about modern day second year cards. Timepiece says, I hate to be a skeptic and poo-poo in Ovi's parade, but does the NHL test for performance enhancers? Ovi is playing like 2010 Ovi, and he's miraculously healing fast. HGH anyone? No idea on that. I just don't know. And I mean, yes, they must test for those things, but some, he's not even 40 years old. Like, I don't know. And don't forget that Ovechkin doesn't really have a complete, 200-foot game. He positions himself to score goals, and he's very effective at it. He does throw hits as well, but I think his career might have gotten extended a little bit because he's, he doesn't play the full complete game. At least he didn't for his whole career. He's gotten better at it, like most players do as they mature and take more responsibility. But I think he saved himself some mileage in the first 10 or 15 years of his career. Mark Del Rossi says, Marchand is undervalued relative to Pasternak. I understand why. Younger, flashier. As a Bees fan collector, hard to justify Pasternak's pricing on his premiums. The only issue there that you didn't mention, Mark, is that Marchand is generally not liked around the league. He's loved in Boston, but he's basically hated everywhere else, whereas Pasternak is adored pretty much everywhere. So now I like Marchand. I like that attitude. I don't mind players like that, but I think that's a bigger part of it than younger, flashier. And I think that's a bigger part of why Marchand just doesn't sell for more. I don't think this has to do with Pasternak's prices, more to do with Marchand's prices. Josh, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I would agree there, though. The more I've got to know Bruins fans, and I don't want to like generalize everyone, right? Because not an entire fan base feels the same way. But I've noticed a lot of Bruins fans aren't as sold on Pasternak as you would think they would be from afar, and how good of a player he is. Like I think, buy more into the Marchand, maybe fits the culture of Boston or the grit of Boston a little bit better. I just know a lot of Bruins fans that, some that really love Pasternak and others that aren't sold on him. But your point on Marchand is very, very true, that outside of Boston, he's not very well. He's one of those classic players that you love him when he's on your team and you hate him when he's not. Exactly. Like a Matthew Tkachuk almost. would be
And
another guy.
I'm a huge Kachuk fan. I like Marchand. I would love to have him on my team. The thing that really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way was when I forget whose face it was, but he licked somebody's face on the ice. Literally licked.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. Like, that's not going to buy you hobby love. Not even in Boston, I don't think. That was probably embarrassing for Boston, the Boston community. Timepiece wants to know when I'm coming to Burbank. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been to Burbank in about a year and a half. Burbank Sports Cards in Burbank, California, and I can't wait to get back there again. And hopefully, I'll see you and Laura as well. Who are you, Timepiece Esquire? Like, do I know who you are? Can you let me know who you are on Instagram or even your real name? I'm curious who you are. Tom says that Perrant is really nice, a perfect fit in any PC. I agree. Mark is bidding on the Espo. Happy to go bid for bid. I'm not going to bid against you, Mark, but if you're bidding, please use the affiliate code pinned to the top of the chat here. Ali says, I was thinking the same thing on the Beret. My max would have been 1,100. Yeah, fair. Laura says, ask Paul Bissonnette about Marchand. I watched that. That was actually a really funny clip, and you could tell that those guys were having fun together. And I like Marchand. I like that he throws that stuff out there. That was hilarious. If you don't know what we're talking about, just go do a YouTube search for Bissonnette and Marchand, and you will see it. Has to do with Bissonnette getting beat up in a bar a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Timepiece says Marchand is this generation's Claude Lemieux, or dare I say Esa Tikkanen. Speaking of Tikkanen, remember how he would get traded every year at the trade deadline to the next team? I do remember that. And then he'd go on a cup run again. That was hilarious. Yep. And finally, Mark says Marchand's pricing is slowly grinding up. I'm a big Marchand collector. Marchand is also a future Hall of Famer, in my opinion, and has a cup. Past is on his way, but has a lot more to be done. Agree. I think Marchand will likely be. He should be a Hall of Famer, actually. He's got a lot. I mean, Stanley Cup, captain of the Bruins, been there a long time already. I'd like to see. Was he named to Team Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to be. Like, he's a top. Yeah. Okay. It was Ryan Callahan who Marchand licked, by the way. Thank you very much. More like Biz Nasty beat up 7 douchebags. Yeah, I didn't see the fight. I hope he did. Okay. All right. We have a Mikko Rantanen, SP Authentic Future Watch Auto at a $9.99 and a PSA 10 at the very affordable price of $410. Again, overshadowed by McKinnon and Makar over there. We have the Sign of the Times Connor McDavid rookie year card out of 99, BGS 9 with a 10 auto. I believe this was one of Phil's picks on the Gong Show on Thursday there. And then we have another Ovechkin limited logos. This is from 2015, another great design from the McDavid rookie year. Nice. Let's just have a look at that auto. Yeah, the auto's perfect. Yeah, auto's perfect. Beautiful patch. Short print to 25. Nice card. I love it, actually. $2,500 right now on that one. And let's check out the auto on this McDavid. I think it looks it's graded at 10, but let's confirm. Yeah, very, very beautiful autograph, actually. Beautiful autograph. No issues with that whatsoever. And this is a BGS 9 with 2 bonus half grades on centering and edges. So that's pretty cool. Oh, he was one of the first names. That's why I don't remember seeing it again. Yeah, as he should be. As he should have been. Josh, your thoughts on these 3 cards, please.
What do you think of the McDavid? It's quite a bit different from what you typically expect from Sign of the Times. A little bit different for a rookie auto from a premier set for him. It's got kind of like the Utah, like desert sort of vibe to it. Is this a card you like or no?
No, I don't. No, I do not like the orange and the yellow and the red in the background at all. I would just wish if this was just a clean white background, I'd like it a lot more. So no, I do not like it. Aesthetically.
Yeah. I find the OV limited logo is really interesting too, compared to the other one where I think it's double the price. Now I understand this one's short printed to 25. I think the other one might be out of 50, the 2010, and it's graded. But I think you can have your own opinion over the design of the respective years. I think the patch and the other one's actually a little bit better.
Agree.
So do you think that one's just a great deal? Or do you think because what's the difference or what's causing that price to double on?
Yeah. Well, you know what? The auto on this one, while it is a nice auto, it is a little bit messy, and that might not be the reason for the discrepancy. Let's just close this out. This is just seems to be a nicer auto, doesn't it? Like that versus that.
To me, it's either got to be the ones out of 50, ones out of 25, or the fact that one's graded and the other one's not.
I don't know how much the grading really matters. I think it helps a bit, but not enough. I think it's three things. It's the auto is nicer on this card. The grade is nicer on this card because it's graded, whereas the patch is nicer on the other one. This also has it at 2015. I think that does help it that it's from McDavid's rookie year, even though I don't think that has any relevance, but I think it does help it. I love this design. I don't love that auto though. I don't love, like, it's nice and bold, but I just don't love his signature on this card. Whereas this one, I like it more for whatever reason. I like the auto more here at 2. Having the auto grade of a 10 also helps, I think. So yeah. Okay, let's continue on. Let me just close some of these so we don't get lost in all these windows. Rookie year, Connor McDavid scripted swatches from the Cup, numbered out of 35, BGS 9 mint. It's at $3,500. And this card does have an 8.5 on corners, but we have 2 bonus 0.5s on centering and surface, which are above the overall 9 grade. Nice 3-color patch. Rookie year, McDavid RPA right there. And then we have his Ultimate Collection, tribute or throwback card, numbered out of 175. It's a PSA 10, Pop 13. It's really interesting. This grade just missed the next generation of slab, I would say. It shouldn't hurt anything. It might, but it shouldn't. It's a great looking card. I love this design. Autograph looks very nice. Great copy. It does grade a 10. I mean, I'm not going to pick on the edges or anything. It's a nice card right there. And then a Connor Hellebuck Cup RPA, 2-color patch out of 249, sitting at $230. You know, they've been losing a few games lately, but still a perennial Vezina candidate. Josh, your thoughts on these 3?
I really like the Ultimate McDavid rookie auto, and then the Vezina. I mean, the Vezina. The Hellebuck is a really, really nice card too, and feels like a good price at $230 right now.
Yeah, I think so. We saw a sick patch one sell recently for quite a bit more, like $900 or something, with like the red leaf and all that. Very nice copy. Here is another McDavid rookie year card, trilogy puck card with an auto that I can't really see from here, numbered at 21. Let's take a look at that. Yeah. Oh God. Look at that autograph in green. No, it's in silver. I don't know what this is. What is that? Oh God. What a horrible card. What a horrible autograph. The card's fine. The autograph's terrible. Like, look at that thing. Is the autograph green or I think it's green. It just doesn't show up well on the black because that is rubber. Okay. And then this is like a screen printed logo, the draft logo on the front. Looks like it's a green pen that shows up on this, but not really on the puck. That's just a mess of an autograph. It's an SGC 8. I don't know. The grade doesn't make that corner is bad. This corner is bad. Yeah. I don't know. Not my favorite card for sure, but for someone who's looking to do all the McDavid rookie year cards, you might need this one. So Josh, your thoughts on that?
I'm going to abstain and just say that I think the price is reflective of the card.
That's fair. That makes sense. That's a good comment. It's at $675. So I think that is fair. I don't mind the card or the autograph at that price. And then a PSA 9 McDavid Young Gun sitting at $775. These are doing right around $1,000. So this right now is at, it's over $900 with buyer's premium. So it's coming up to where these are usually selling for. Josh, I think that's about right. Do you kind of recall, are they about $1,000 for PSA?
Yeah, I think so.
Right now? Yeah,
I think so.
And we have a Patrick Waugh honorable numbers, $240 for 2016, numbered out of 33. It's a mint 9. And it's not a bad card for $240 for a Patrick Waugh honorable numbers. It's not a bad price at all.
No.
This card, I could easily get behind somebody buying this card here. Josh?
Yeah, it's a great. I think there's kind of a lot going on with the design of the card, and maybe that affects the price a little bit, but it's got all the elements present that you would want in a very nice Patrick Waugh patch auto. So I feel like it's a very good value right now.
All right. Yeah. So we have a Patrick Laine. This is the Gold Cup RPA out of 12. Back in the Crosby days, as you notice, the Crosby's out of 87. There came a year when they switched it and started making the Gold RPA parallel out of 12 or 24, depending if it was a 99 guy. If his regular was out of 99, his Gold is out of 12. If his regular is out of 249, his Gold's out of 24. This is the Laine Gold out of 12. A nice 3-color patch, no problem there. Good card. I mean, he's doing okay in Montreal now, 3 games in, $340. Seems like a pretty good price to me, actually. Jake DeBrusk, Cup RP out of 249, PSA 9 at $68. He's in Vancouver now. And Connor McDavid, clear-cut tribute, young gun, autographed, BGS 9.5 with a 10 auto, sold for $2,520. Josh, your thoughts on those? But before let's just make sure we got some time. Yeah, what do you think? Anything on those the 2 cup cards there?
Yeah, the DeBrusk he's having a pretty good year in Vancouver, and that's a sick patch. Amazing nice patch on that card. And the McDavid's kind of interesting to me. Upper Deck's gotten away from using the Young Guns brand in clear cut. They prefer to do more like rookie autos or can't badge a canvas card with a rookie, not use Young Guns. And so I think to some degree that helps the McDavid from 2018, because where in most cases they've gone the other way and done everything too much.
Yep. Makes sense to me. Let's keep on going. Jack Hughes, Young Gun, sells for $216. And that is kind of, look, that's actually pretty good considering the last couple did 170, 177, 176. So that one did a bit more here on Fanatics tonight. We have a exquisite tribute Connor McDavid from 2020, numbered out of 25. It's at $3,900 right now. It's a BGS 9.5. It is the Pop 1, none graded higher. So that's very interesting. The autograph grade's out of 10. Let's take a quick look at it. Yeah, autograph looks good. Card looks nice. Great McDavid right there. And then we have another clear-cut rookie tribute, McDavid. This one is at $500 from 2020. Nice card, BGS 9 with a 10 auto. Auto looks good to me. That's pretty cheap, actually. I think $500 is pretty cheap for that card right now. Josh, can you verify or just advise?
Yeah, let me 2020.
Bedard OPG Platinum's at $49 and a PSA 10, just the basic PSA Platinum, which to me, like, you go for a Young Gun for $2,500. Oh, sorry, not I'm thinking McDavid there. You can go for his Young Gun for about $650 or go for this for $50. Pop's probably a lot less on the Platinum. Josh, what did you see on the McDavid here, if anything?
It sold as a last sale for a PSA 10 was $1,400. Yeah. And all time, if you look at highest sales, you go back to June. Well, yeah, I mean, it sold in the 4,000 to 5,000 range before too. So that's a really good deal.
Yeah, I think $5.25. I don't know what's history. That feels like a good price to me. There's that Bedard. Here's a Bedard OPG Platinum Sweet Selection PSA 10 at $25. It's a rookie year insert in a PSA 10 holder for $25. That's cheaper than grading, I think. And then a Credentials Adam Fantilli sold for $6. Don't know why that made it in here. And now we got the Bedard row. We got a PSA 10 Young Gun, a PSA 9 Young Gun, and a PSA 10 Outburst Young Gun. The PSA 10's at $500 right now, which is $600 out the door. And that might end right now. 600 could be, these things just keep on going down in value, which I'm expecting them to kind of bottom out at about $400 if he continues the way he is this season until he gets hot next year or at some point. Look at that, $240 on the 9 and $1,590 on the Outburst Silver. right there. So, Josh, thoughts on, I mean, we were doing this show a couple months ago. These were selling for $1,080, you know, $960, $1,020 all day long. They've made their way down now to $600. $600. When's the last time you checked the population? Should I check it and bring it over? I can bring it up.
I can check right now. I'm actually it'll take me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Just gotta find the hockey.
You have a database.
Yeah. Really quick. And top is 62.57.
62.57. So, yeah. So 62.57, we're up to $600 now on that card. Okay, so now we've had a bunch of cards sell. Let's see what has actually happened. I'm not going to hit refresh because I don't know how the site's working so well. I don't want to lose some of these cards altogether. The Bure is up to 3,100 now. The McDavid Exquisite RPA sold for $51.60. Crosby Jambalaya $100. Pasternak RPA $12.90. $14.70 on this Ovechkin. Let's remember that for the other one. $13.2 on the Crosby Cup Gold. $13.50 on the Ovechkin printing plate. $37.20 on the Future Watch Crosby. That, you know, you got a $280 discount to take a inferior autograph there. $150 on Yager. $276 on the PSA 8 Messier. $336 on the PSA 8 Shutt. $288 on the PSA 8 Gainey, $162 on the Serge Savard, $198 on the Beliveau, $252 on the third-year Orr, $396, not bad on the Bernie Parent rookie. We still have $200 on the Espo, $720 on the PSA 8 Cornway, $276 on the Gump, and the Gordie Howe sells for $18.6, which I think is the best deal of the last 4 or 5 PSA 6 Gordie Howes to sell. So someone got a good deal, not like a smoking deal. I think you got a good deal on that. Maybe you did get a smoking deal, actually. Maybe you did to the buyer. These are all still going. Yeah, so we were $14.70. So we're going to go more than double for this Ovechkin. Very interesting, Josh. Very interesting. These 3 sold. The Hellebuck did $276. This McDavid rookie tribute did $51.60, and the McDavid scripted swatch RPA did $4,200. The Trilogy McDavid did $900. The DeBrusque Cup RPA $81, $2,500 on the McDavid Clear Cut Young Gun throwback, $46.80 on this McDavid Exquisite Collection Tribute, $216 on the Jack Hughes, as we saw, $30 on the Bedard Sweet Selections, and $60 on the Platinum Rookie. And we did those already. So now we're going to hit some refresh, and let's see how much time is left. Okay, we have a minute and a half.
Wait, before, I was just going to say, what? One of the cards that sold I bought. I was going to see if you could guess which one.
Oh, and they're gone. They are, let me.
It's on this page.
On this page, one of the cards that sold you bought. Oh, I think I might. I think I'm gonna. It's on this page. Okay, let's eliminate. It's not these 3. Am I right?
No.
It's not those 2.
No.
It's none of those 3.
Well, no, I'm not just gonna let you. You gotta guess.
My guess is Yager.
No.
It's not. Okay, now it's not these 3. It's not. No, it's not those 3. It's not those 2. It's not that or that. Did you say you already had this Crosby card?
That's the one I bought. I have the Datsuk, so I bought the Crosby.
Oh, okay. I forgot. I heard you say you had one, the Crosby. Okay, yeah. Okay, congrats, man. Nice. Pair it with the Datsuk. Okay, now I'm going to hit refresh on this page, and we're going to only have the cards that remain available for sale. Oh, and we just lost some more, so let's see what happens here. Let's let this finish updating. I hope we didn't lose. Okay, we didn't. Okay, so what else sold? Rantanen did $504. The McDavid sign of the times at 99 rookie did 2,070. The Line A RPA Gold did 444. We're going to hit refresh one more time, and now we're going to only be left with the cards that are still in play, and we have 10 left. Esposito at 240. Ovechkin Young Gun rookie. Ovechkin second-year rubies from Black Diamond, so you can get the rookie and the second-year Black ruby. The Lafleur Diamond, the Draisaitl Trilogy, 3,300 now on the Bure. 29 on the, what a nice pair would be. If you could buy like this Bure and this Ovechkin, that's all you need if you're a fan of like Russian hockey players or those guys. 850 on the McDavid 9 now, which puts it over $1,000. 260 on the Patrick Waugh, and 700 here on the McDavid clear-cut rookie tribute. Now, Josh, we have 3 minutes. I'd like to go to comments because we haven't been there for a while. Anything you want to jump in with before I run through some of those?
Yeah, just something to keep our eye on really quickly. And I know that there is a big Pavel Bure, well, not big, but fanatic collector base, and there's been tons of deals done not on public forums. But when you look at Card Ladder sales history and pair it with Terapeak, which I've done since the show started, like $4,400 is the highest publicly selling Bure card to date. So we're not like, it's not out of the realm of possibility for this card to get. I mean, we would need a few more bids, of course, but it's up there. I mean, there's only been 2 sales over 4,000 publicly that I can find ever. One was a Ovechkin dual stick nameplate too, which factors into that. So this is going to be one of the strongest Bure public sales ever.
Yeah, there you go. That's interesting. And deservedly so. I mean, to me, this is one of the best Bure cards on the planet. Now he's got an honorable numbers that's beautiful. He's got a few others, some emblems of endorsements that are absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. But as far as there are, and not every card of those print runs are as awesome as the rest of them. This is just an awesome example of a Bure auto patch. Okay, Chad Bellany, scrolling through this auction, I'm surprised to see that Gordie Howe Fusion card. Didn't think something like that would qualify for Fanatics Live or Fanatics Collect. Yeah, that card was, the guys on the Gong Show talked about it. You know what, though? I mean, it's a legitimate consumer product. It's distributed by a major distributor. I don't know. It doesn't bother me that it is. Personally, I have no issue with it. So, yeah, I'm cool with it. But I do find it to be also a little bit surprising. Timepiece says, I love your show because I'm starved here in LA when it comes to hockey talk. I immigrated to LA with family after Soviet Union collapsed in 1990. Grew up a Red Wings fan. Yeah, with their Russian, you had all the Russians on Detroit. Well, good to see a timepiece. Says, well, I'm a diehard Kings fan and caught many great years of Gretzky's greatness and heartbreak in 93 and 94. Thanks, Marty McSorley. Yes, that was a tough break against the Montreal Canadiens in the Stanley Cup final that year. And that's why you love Brodeur, despise Patrick Waugh. We beat Brodeur in the finals. God bless him. But gotta love Fedorov, Fetisov, Konstantinov, Kozlov, and Larionov. Yeah, of course you do. And who you're forgetting? There's someone's missing from that list. Just can't think of it.
No, it's the Russian 5.
Oh, Krutov. Krutov was never on Detroit, I guess. Yeah, okay. Gotta love the Russian 5. Yes, imagine that now. Currency says, on the limited logos, the Ovechkin limited logos, gotta think the current cup pack prices factor in a bit too. I don't know, though. I don't know if that factors in really. Once the cards are out of the packs, I don't think pack price really matters that much. Currency Project, I really don't buy that, but could be, I guess. I don't think so, but could be. Jake Dahl, what's going on? Kaprizov kicking butt, but his cards are moving slower than LA traffic during rush hour. A lot of them are sticker autos. People don't like that, especially for the cup card, so that's a big part of it. Robin Taylor, oh yeah, you can bid on these in Canada. I've been bidding on these cards for years now. Okay, let's stop there because we have 10 seconds left. We need bids on the Bure right now is at risk of ending. It's the only one of these 10 at risk of ending, and it looks like that might do it. It's going to end for $3,960, I believe, if my math is correct. Yes, it is. $3,960 is what that Bure sells for. The other 9 cards are still going. So there you go, Josh. 39.6. As I said, for me in Canada to have bought that card with the exchange rate would cost me probably close to $7,000 at this point, Canadian. So lots of Canadian dough on that. Timepiece says Bedard has me slowly turning into a Celebrini fan. Yeah, Celebrini's. I think he's a great player. Robin, I cannot find the cards on the website. Yeah, fanaticscollect.com, and we are in the auction tab right here. We are in this tab right here, and then you just got to play with the menu options. What happened to Matty Beniers? Yeah, what happened is, but Shane Wright's having a good run right now. Hey, Josh.
Yeah, he's had a pretty good week or two. That's for sure. See him in the box score a lot lately.
2 goals today, says Linda. Also, Celebrini's playing well. Timepiece says, I know this is the conspiracy theorist in me, rearing his ugly head again, but I think Fanatics secretly. No, absolutely not. Timepiece, absolutely not. Terp says that kid Kirill's been killing it this year. Jason Ernst, the OV second-year Black Diamond. Did you win it? Yeah, I like that card a lot. OV Black Diamond. Oh, they're guessing what card you bought, Josh. Yeah. Great buy on there you go. You got a great buy from Lantern. Sundin won a Hextall Cup auto inscription. Congratulations. Timepiece says I could have tipped in the goal by right. 90% of cool beret patch auto cards are from his Florida Panthers uniform. So a gorgeous beret patch like this in Canucks uniform is very nice. And Jeremy's confusing Detroit's Russian 5, Fetisov, Konstantinov, Fedorov, Larionov, and Kozlov with the Soviet Union's national team. Yeah, Makarov and Krutov. But yeah, those are the other. Yeah, I was confusing those. You're right. You are correct on that.
Can I throw something in real quick?
Yes.
Just a little bit of breaking news. Not hockey related, but professional sports related. So Juan Soto signs a deal with the Mets. 15 years, $765 million. Largest professional sports contract in history. What do you think Connor McDavid thinks when he sees 51 million over 50 years?
He thinks, I wish I was a baseball player. That's all he could think. I mean, he's not thinking much. He's making 12 a year. The guy's. I don't feel sorry for Connor, but $51 million a year
for 15 years.
That is obscene, and I just don't know how. I mean, these owners just must be making so much money. Terp says in a $75 million signing bonus. Is that on top, or is that like front end loaded of $765 million? Are we saying he got 850 or 8? Are we saying he got $840 million? It's almost $1 billion.
Well, he's 26, so he'll be 41, making 51 million.
On top, $765 million plus $75 million is my calculator doesn't even go that high, you guys. I mean, I gotta. Well, it actually these calculators actually do that now with the latest update. I don't know how to get there now. I haven't done that. Anyway, I got to do this. Let's see. Calculator, basic. Turn this way. There we go. No, that doesn't. I did something wrong there. I must have done something wrong there.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. 765 plus 75 times $1 million is $840 million divided by 15 years. 56 million. I could have done that in my head. $56 million a year. Anyway, just crazy. How much does his agent make on that? Yeah, right. Good question. Modern day Bobby Bonilla signing. It's deferment. Unbelievable. Okay, 29 seconds here, guys. We need a bid on the Ovechkin Young Gun and the Draisaitl trilogy and the Ovechkin limited logos. Everything else is going to go to the next window. 15 seconds left. Let's see what happens here in the next 10 seconds. Still need a bid on Draisaitl and McDavid and Ovechkin. Let's stop right here. See if he gets a bid in the last 2 seconds. Does not look like any of those three got a bid. So we're going to lose 3 more cards right now, I believe. $396 on the Ovechkin Black Diamond rookie. Seems like a good deal. $264 on the Draisaitl trilogy, and $3,600 on the Ovechkin limited logos. Seems like a healthy price on that one to me. Timepiece, $765 is a lot, but if the Mets can win just one Super Bowl, it will be worth it. Hilarious, a Super Bowl. Terp says the Dodgers made Shohei contract money back in one season. Yeah, I mean,
Maybe.
that's it. If they're making the money, then all the power to them all, you know? And Mark Del Rossi, these people aren't making this Espo purchase easy. It's up to 310. Mark, are you bidding on it for a set? Are you doing an Espo run? How does it fit in? How does it potentially fit into your collection? Really curious to hear that. So now we are down to Josh, 6 cards. The Patrick Waugh honorable numbers is already going into the next bidding window, the next 5-minute bid window, which the next 5-minute window, guys, is the last 5-minute window. Then we go down to 1-minute windows. Love to hear your answer to that, if you're willing to, Mark, when you have a chance. Guys, I have a question for you, Josh, and everyone else. This question came up on my Sports Cards live show last night. If you could trade, now I have to qualify this by saying you have to assume that your current collection is worth, let me put it to you this way. Here's the question. Would you trade your entire collection in exchange for one card that you like more than anything you have that is worth the same amount as your current? So if you have 100 cards worth $10,000 right now, would you trade them all for one $10,000 card that was a grail to you? Start with you, Josh. And then I ask that to the chat. Let us know what you say to that in the chat as well. Josh,
100%.
Talk it through.
100%.
You would do it.
Yeah.
So you don't. So explain why. Explain why.
I tend to accumulate as I collect, but I really value, you know, I'm trying to get myself to okay, my perfect collection. Here's like if I could, I don't think I'll ever get this to this spot, but this is what I want to do. I want to have 20 cards. That's it. And then the goal is to level up those. So have when I buy a new card, it kicks one out of the collection.
So you can only, your rule is 20 cards in your collection. Are you adhering to that right now?
No, I have like 40,000 cards because I'm an idiot. But my ideal, what I aspire is, because it's like, I don't know if you've gotten this, it becomes hard to manage your collection and find stuff at some point. And I just like so many cards and I want so many cards, but I wish I could, and someday I hope to get to that point where you take your $100 cards and buy a really, really nice card with that. I think I would enjoy more the minimalist perspective.
Interesting. Yeah. And this question is so different for so many different, for everybody, right? Like there's no way in the world I would do it. Like it's been 40 years of building a collection and curating it and fine tuning it along the way. And so many cards that I'm absolutely in love with. And to throw all that away for one card, I would be lonely. I would be so lonely. I would look at that card, and after about, an hour, I'd be like, that's all I have is one card. Meanwhile, I can go look at so many different cards in my collection right now and find different types of joy in all of them, different memories in acquiring them, different memories that it sparks personally, historically, not direct memories, but, the historical references and all. Like, I could never, ever do it. I admire being able to only have 20 cards. I wish I could do it. I couldn't even narrow it down to 100. I could maybe narrow my collection down to like 750 cards. I don't have that many. I maybe have 2,000 cards. I've got some cards in the binder. I don't even count those. Like, binder cards, they don't even make my spreadsheet. They're just fun cards I collect. Yeah. Okay, hold on a second here. This is the one that's about to end. The McDavid PSA 9 Young Gun is the only one that might end this window. And it does for $1,260 or so, or $1,230 on the McDavid PSA 9. Decent price for that card, like a good price, I think. And now we are down to 5 cards. Let's get rid of the McDavid and get back. So I could not do it myself. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat, though. Well, first, Mark answers, part of my Espo or run. Only Bruins uniforms. None of this or Blackhawks or Espo, Blackhawks, Rangers nonsense. I love it. Nonsense. Okay, Mark, that's awesome. Well, yeah, good luck. Good luck. I'm certainly not bidding against you. I don't know if anyone else here is. Larry says, who here is bidding me up on the Patrick Waugh? Yeah, not me, but it's still pretty good, I'd say, Larry. US Mint says, no, if I did, I would. What does that mean? I think bidding you up. I don't know what that's in reference to. Kinger says, never, ever would I make that trade. Linda's first says, Josh, what is your grail?
I don't even know. Is that bad?
Yeah.
I like I said, this is what I aspire to be. I have like a stupid. Louis was here last night, sleeved 2,000 cards. They were just laying around my office. 2,000 like raw cards that needed to be sleeved. So again, I have an aspiration. It's not reality. The one kind of follow-up question I want to ask you though, Jeremy, is that, so let's say you did, there's like somebody said, I'll give you a PSA 10 Gretzky for every one of your cards. And you're just like, I have to do this. Right. But wouldn't there be like a tiny part of you, as much as you'd miss the nostalgia of being able to be kind of fun to start over again?
No, absolutely not.
Really?
No. I couldn't. I got lots of great cards, and I couldn't. Some of them are irreplaceable. Some of them I'm emotionally attached to them because I've had them so long. No, I could not. Now the only, let's say my collection's worth $10,000, which it's not. It's worth a lot more than that. But let's say it was worth. Let's say my collection's worth $100,000. Okay.
Yeah.
No, let's use your Gretzky example. Let's say the Gretzky rookie PSA 10 is worth $3 million. And let's say my collection is worth $1 million. Would I trade my collection, my $1 million collection, for a $3 million Gretzky collection? Or card? Yes, I would. How long would I hold on to that Gretzky PSA 10 for? A day. I would flip that thing into cash immediately. I would probably take $2 million and put it away, invest it in real investments. And I'd take $1 million and I would go on a shopping spree for cards and I would sacrifice a lot of those cards that I just said I couldn't replace to put, say, $2 million in the bank type of thing. Yeah. Okay. Now, would I? Okay.
Here's the question with that though. Here's the key question. You get the money back to buy all your cards back. What percentage of your cards do you buy back versus what percentage do you buy different stuff?
Well, so, I collect the cup base patch parallels out of 10 and 8. I've got, I think 440 of them. I probably just throw in the towel and don't do that anymore. That's gone. I don't do that anymore. I've got 150 masterpieces, black frame leather. I don't bother with those anymore. I've got some sets I built along the way that are like stick memorabilia sets or patch set. I don't bother with those anymore. There's a lot of cards I have that I wouldn't buy back. But when it comes to my 1910 C56 set, my C55 partial set, my 23 Patterson Hall of Fame rookies, all my, my Gordie Howe rookie, my Morenz rookie, my baseball vintage, my Wilt Chamberlain, my Julius Erving, all these vintage cards, I would go back and try to replace all those. I would not need, I would look for still low grade, high eye appeal. I don't need the nicest cards out. I don't need the highest graded cards out there. I'm a card guy, not a grade guy that way. So yeah, I wouldn't want to do it though. I just wouldn't want to do it. And, right now, would I trade for the Gretzky rookie? Probably. I don't know what my collection's worth. That's the thing also I have to say. I don't know what my collection's worth. So, but I don't think it's worth, if my collection was worth $2.5 million, would I trade it for a $3 million card? Probably not. Probably not. Which might be stupid, but I probably wouldn't. If my collection is worth $1 million, would I trade it for $3 million card? I think I would in that case.
Well, we're assuming that the Gretzky would sell for $3 million today too.
Yeah, that's all part of the assumption. Yeah. Let's see what these guys say. Timepiece says, no way. No one card holds all that power. Yeah, same here. Terp says he wants an ultimate 20 collection. I think that's admirable. I mean, I could see myself one day paring down. US Mint says all those binders just for one shiny card. No thanks. Collection nostalgia. Exactly, Kinger. Linda says, I think I would regret it so much after. Yeah, I would literally go through like separation anxiety, and like I feel like I lost a part of myself. I literally feel like my collection is a part of myself. Terp says I would end up buying again and rebuilding. Yeah. Oh, my Babe Ruth. Laura, I would go into mourning after not having my Babe Ruth anymore. Lantern says my Grail is a seismic gold McDavid rookie auto. There was a PSA 9 on Golden yesterday. Had conversation with Fund Your Cards, and we were the underbidder. Oh, sorry to hear, man. Sorry to hear. Timepiece says exactly. Each card has its own story about the journey you took to find it. That's part of the charm of collecting, which is why shows are more fun than buying online. Okay, well, it looks like a bunch of cards just sold here. So first of all, the Esposito sells for $420. And we have to ask, Mark, did you get it? Did you get it for $420? The second year Ovechkin Rubies does $174. Lafleur $222. And we are down to 2 cards. We have 30 seconds left. We need a bid on this McDavid tribute. It's at $925. Meanwhile, the Patrick Waugh is still going. So we'll see what happens. Slight sigh of relief, as I would have liquidated 70 to 80% of your collection. So you're almost going through what we're talking about right here. You were going through that mentally, and now you can relax. You can relax. So I'm happy for you on that. Okay, let's see what happens here in 4 seconds. Looks like it's going to sell for $1,110. Okay, down to the last card. Oh, yes. Last card of the night, guys, is the Patrick Waugh. Let's isolate it alone. There it is. We'll even go into it so we can watch it right here. 37 seconds. There's a clock right there for everybody paying attention to that. And Timepiece says I had a 15-16 platinum box sitting in my office for 2 years. Didn't open it. Sold it to Burbank for a hefty profit. Felt proud. Guy who bought it pulled the seismic McDavid out of 25 rookie. Wow. True story. You can call Burbank and ask. Oh my gosh. Hey, it happens, right? Kinger says you can never find all your cards again. Exactly. Thank you for spreading salt on my still very fresh wounds. All those years of building for the quick flip, that's terrible. I wouldn't do it. I mean, unless I was literally putting millions of dollars in the bank, I'm not doing it, Kinger, myself. Lantern says that would be the pull of a lifetime. Yes, it would be. Robin Taylor says, found it. It's confusing if you just search Fanatics. Yeah, because this is a different website than just Fanatics. It's called Fanatics Collect. It's a different business. So yeah, Robin, glad you found it. Timepiece says the guy who pulled it got it graded. PSA 9 still has it. If serious about purchasing, I can ask him if available. Well, you gotta let me wet my beak with a small finder's fee. Mark tapped out on the Espo, holding out for another copy. Should be able to find one. Well, I'm sure you will as well. There's always more cards out there. That's for sure. All right, guys. 18 seconds left. Josh, any further thoughts on the dilemma question, the trade it all away dilemma question?
No, it's a good question. And I think that these are the types of questions that we should all be asking ourselves as collectors, and, because wanting to find the best, I guess, groove, and, we evolve as time goes on, especially if you're in the hobby year after year. And, it's like somebody mentioned, that's a little bit part of like our, where each of us are doing on our show, our top 5 favorite PC cards. And it was nice that somebody said they liked that, but that was kind of a little bit along the same lines. It's really, it's sort of a personal exercise to look at your collection and say, okay, if I could only keep 5 cards, which 5 would I keep?
Yeah. Adam Gray almost every year does his top 100 PC card countdown. I think he's done some big consolidating, so he's down to maybe top 75. But I've thought about doing it myself, and I've thought about doing it for like 3 years now. I thought maybe I'll do that too. Join Adam. Mm-hmm. I'll do it like when he does his, and just kind of like jump into that. And it's just such an overwhelming idea for me because I've got so many cards that I just love. Looks like the Patrick Waugh ends for $508, $504. $504 on the Patrick Waugh. honorable numbers out of 33. Larry did say that he did tap out on it. And the professor picked up the Nick Robertson Emerald Surge out of 10 with the auto. Nice pickup, Professor. Nice pickup. And there we have it. So that's the end of the auction for tonight, guys. That was fun, for sure, right there. So I'd like to do a top 100, Josh, countdown, or just even for my own understanding, but I can't. I know number one. I know my number one, and it's not even my most valuable, but it's my favorite. After that, I don't even know where I stand.
What is it?
It's my Babe Ruth. My Babe Ruth, the one that I have. It's still sitting here on my desk. It's this one right here.
Yeah.
And now I realized as I was going through my one of my vintage boxes the other day, I realized that I have kind of, in hockey, Howie Morenz is kind of the Babe Ruth of hockey, in that he was the biggest star of the era. Well, he also has a 33 Gaudy card in the form of a Sport King. So I put them beside each other. And this is just here, I'll just spotlight myself for a second and I'll hold these a bit clearer. So I love putting these together and I just love both of these cards. And now the Ruth is a 1, the Morenz is a 4.5, but the Morenz is just awesome. I just love the green and the red together. Beautiful. Just so nice. So nice. So yeah, like how do I get rid of these cards? Like I couldn't do it. I've got a few others on my desk right now that I kind of went through my box and I picked out cards that were my favorite, like low grade, but super high eye appeal cards. And the Morenz came out because it's got some surface snow issues in the background, but it still presents just beautifully. Anyway. All right. What are you guys saying in the chat? And then we're going to wind this up. Robin says should be set up for next auction. Sounds good, Robin. By the way, everybody, we will not be doing a show next Sunday, and we intend to be back the Sunday after. So Please keep in mind, no show next Sunday. Terp, I love hobby talk with the people in the hobby. Yes, thank you, Terp. Always like seeing. Thanks again for another great army. And Josh, gonna call it tonight. P.S. This may be the California liberal in me, but I fully support more Cage. Cage back. I'm bringing Cage back. Professor picked up the grand finale. Matthew Barzal, $8.40 out of 50. Can't beat that. You can't. I agree. What? Bring back Cage. And Professor says Josh lost to Josh on the Jambalaya Crosby. Well, there you go. There's your underbidder, Josh. Guys, thank you. Thank you for joining us, joining Josh and I here in the chat. Thank you for bidding on the cards you did. It makes it more fun for us to talk and root for you guys and help you with your decisions. Yep. Josh, you got an episode dropping in a few hours? As always, I know you do. It's a redundant question.
3 a.m. Yep. Should be a good one.
Are you doing a Mount Rushmore or what segment can we look forward to?
Yeah, Islanders tomorrow.
Islanders. Okay. Can I make a guess?
Sure.
Bossy Trottier, Potvin. It has to be Bossy Trottier. There aren't a lot of collectible Islander players. Like the hobby impact might have been lower than usual for other, because there's not right. There's no it's not Barzal. Other guys, it could be Pat LaFontaine, possibly Pierre Turgeon, possibly, probably not. LaFontaine might have to be it. Because you go back to the Dynasty days, the only other guy is Billy Smith. Because you're not going with Eric Nystrom. You're not going with Clark Gillies. Yeah, Mark just called out Billy. He calls out Billy. Okay, Linda says Bossy, Trottier, Potvin, and Smith. Yeah, so Bossy, Trottier, Potvin for sure. Is it Smith? It could be Pat LaFontaine though. He's collected. Josh, I'm gonna say Pat LaFontaine gets that 4th spot, but he also played on other teams. So, but I remember him as an Islander. You're not going to confirm or deny. So, nope. Laura, thank you, Laura. Appreciate it. Timepiece says hit that like button, everybody. Thank you, Timepiece. I appreciate that. Sorokin is huge for Modern, says Lantern, but there's no way he's in there. Messier never played for the Islanders.
No.
I think she might be joking though, because he was playing for their adversary across town. Louis says, kills me listening when I know. Louis knows because he sees the show notes. Ali says, Oilers Mount Rushmore was spot on. I lived in Edmonton. Yeah, I agree. It was spot. Oh, Tavares, says Sundin. They hate him there now, though. That's the problem. Luongo is drafted by them. Yeah, but that can't be him. McGillney for Hall of Fame. I support that 100%. All right, Josh, anything you want to say about any of that, or are we just going to end
Nope.
this?
You gotta tune in. These Mount Rushmores are fascinating and fun. Well, I do want to say on the Oilers, so I appreciate the compliment and reached out to a few people for advice on that one. You were one of them. And
Yep.
so I want to thank you for that.
Oh, yeah, of course. No problem. And you did Calgary too. Where did you land on Calgary? You did Iginla, you did Gaudreau, you did Kiprusoff and Theoren Fleury, right? Yeah. I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. Okay, guys, thank you everybody for joining. Check out the Islanders Mount Rushmore early tomorrow morning on the Gong Show. I will be back on the channel on Wednesday with an episode, Fund Your Cards episode, and I will be back on Saturday for another of the new Sports Cards Live. We'll be coming back at you again on Saturday. These new format episodes are getting way more views than several leading into them. So check those out if you haven't. Ton of fun. Check them out, please. And thank you everybody for being here tonight. Huck and Lube, no doubt. Huck and Lube, Theo for the Hall of Fame. Yeah, it's pretty outspoken, that guy too. Okay, guys. Thank you, everyone. Josh, thank you. Thank you, chat, for being here, guys. No show next Sunday. Please keep that in mind, but we will intend to be back the week after, guys. With that, this episode of the Fanatics Collect Hockey Weekly Auction Ending Watch Party for December the 8th, 2024 is now over.
Bye, guys.